Boom. You want to come? Nope. Sit up here. All right. Got food, toys, and fruit snacks. Everything for a midlife crisis Generation Xer. You would think, the stuff that I got, pizza and boneless, boneless buffalo wings, that I was getting ready to watch the game. But I don't give a shit about the game. Even if I did, I couldn't watch it on the live stream anyway because it would get demonetized. It would get copyright restrictions, like when I tried to watch Ghostbusters. So, oh well. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I will watch Miami Vice. But obviously, I can't watch that. This is copywritten. But these content creators aren't.
On June 12th, 2026.
Here's how to go from $300 a month on AC to almost $0. We built this portable cooling system that can drop a room's temperature by up to 17 degrees in just 90 seconds. But power companies don't want you to find out about this. It's smaller than a toaster, cools any room instantly, and uses almost no electricity. I've spent over 15 years
On June 12th, 2026, I released a video about Poach Greg Adams. And the name of the video was called Poach Greg Adams is Going Out Sad as F. In my opinion, Poach Adams is possibly a 5'5" Pop Warner size running back who is trying to live his life in his 50s, trying to buy all the box he can and then sell it to you as if it's a free agent lifestyle. When really what it is, it's a tricking lifestyle from a guy who has a height deficit. But midgets need love too, right?
He's right, you know.
Now, after this grand roasting with 45,000 views, more than what Coach Gary Adams averages on his channel, he decided to clap back at your boy. Now, it wasn't just me, it was a whole bunch of other guys too, because Coach Greg Adams is not only mad at me, MTR, but also.
Well, if you talk shit about him, he's gonna talk shit back.
I mean, he's a mad little girl these days, and that's okay. We're gonna help him. But there are certain shots he took at me that I want to. It wasn't just me; it was a whole bunch of other guys too. Because Coach Greg Adams is not only mad at me, MTR, but also Rolo Tomassi. I mean, he's a mad little girl these days, and that's okay. We're gonna help him. But there are shots he took at me that I want to address.
You took shots at him.
Let's play that clip.
You took shots at him.
Turf, if you will. I would call it a gay. I would call it a black manosphere mafia, but it's a gay mafia at this particular point with the amount of caping they do for other content creators. And the black manosphere has never been respected. It's actually the lowest on the totem pole of any sector on YouTube. Even the white manosphere doesn't acknowledge the black manosphere. That's
So the first thing Poach tries to do is to take a fundamental shot at the black manosphere community. He's trying to say that when I was there, we were the bottom of the barrel. We were not respected by the white manosphere. And I thought that was pretty interesting for Poach to say that. I mean, for a guy who used to steal from us all the time and try to package up this stuff to his little white audience or non-black audience, that was interesting. But let's talk about the history of the black manosphere. So as you know, there were three of us. Angry Man coined the black manosphere. The ideology came from the Obsidian Media Network. And at one point or the other, I was the leader at a certain point. And
No one
I was the cares. guy that was connecting people and bringing people together. Now, shout out to my brother Solo TV84 because Big Bro don't get a lot of credit, but he was probably one of the best connection pieces in the history of the Black Manosphere. I think he's probably really top tier in what he was doing. But let's see who all came through the sphere and elevated their career. There is the late, great Alan Roger Curry. Now, he was already a very successful book author, but it was Alan Roger Curry's association with the Black Manosphere that got him into his video career here on YouTube, which then expanded his audience and took him to the 21 convention as the first Black presenter of the 21 convention.
No one cares.
Something that Coach Greg Adams got to do also, but oops, he wasn't with the Black Manosphere at first, so he didn't get to go. Then there was Donovan Sharp. Now, Donovan Sharp was literally in the doghouse at the Return of Kings. And I wish he would lie about this, because I would roast his ass too. But Donovan Sharp's career rebounded tremendously. With who? With the recruiting of the Black Manosphere. It was Obsidian that put me onto him, but I personally reached out to him. And guess who was the second Black man to go to 21 convention before Coach Greg Adams? Donovan Sharp. Then you had Steve the Dean Williams. Now, Steve the Dean Williams was already a dating coach, just like Alan Roger Curry. But once he started collaborating with the Black Manosphere guys, he was also able to make a relationship with Anthony Johnson 21 convention. And guess what? It helped elevate his career
the UFC
too,
is on
even though
today.
he wasn't the target audience. So those are three guys that were in the Black Manosphere that really got put on. Let's talk about the other talented guys that came out of the sphere. The Oracle, LAR Movement, which is still my favorite content creator of all time. You got Solo TV84, the Big Bro, Rom Wills, the Angry Man, BGS Itmore, Obsidian Media Network, so many other guys. I mean, we had 2016 Golden State. Then to come out of that, in the comment section, was your boy Alpha Male Strategies, which he got his start in the sphere because Solo TV 84 interviewed him. Then
No one cares about
Dustin
Alpha
on
Male
my show.
Strategies.
Then MTR, who I met through Solo TV 84. So his career kind of started in the sphere too. The lead attorney career started in the sphere. Pocket watching with JT started in the sphere.
No one cares about these people.
Earlier, kind of
They're all cool, but no
collaborations
one cares
a little
about these
bit
people
with
outside of the Black
Poor Man's Podcast,
Manosphere.
although not directly related, but greatly inspired by the sphere. So what are you talking about, bruh? We put on more people than your dusty ass ever. Directly. T started in the sphere. You can see earlier kind of collaborations a little bit with the Poor Man's Podcast, although not directly related, but greatly inspired by the sphere. So what are you talking about, bruh? We put on more people than your dusty ass ever put on. And of course, there's this.
About 4 years now. And before I even knew anything about a Black Manosphere, I had about 10, 12,000 subscribers. And I studied this kind of stuff because I have an advertising and marketing background. And to have a man who's in medical school build not one, but two successful YouTube platforms that actually are a meeting place for Black men around the world is astonishing. It's
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. The late great Kevin Samuels. Oh, and who is he talking about right there? He's talking about me. And did you hear what he said? He was on long before the Black Manosphere, but clearly it was my 2017 interview which introduced him to the community, and then he would use those concepts to go mainstream while Coach Greg Adams was over there on a live stream dusting it up, hating on Black people in a shitty ass apartment, clicking buttons on the roadcaster, making stupid sound effects with your non-production having ass. You hear all
I need to
those
learn how to
things
do the
he's saying
sound
about
effects
me,
things.
Coach Greg Adams. Why doesn't anybody say any of those things about Joe ass? But no, don't worry, there's more.
He's like the master conductor of so many Black men across this digital landscape. He works with the Black Manosphere, pro-Blacks. He will work with anyone.
That is the legendary Kevin Samuel saying that I work with everybody in the sphere. So we're not going to talk about this, bro. We really not going to go. If we want to go toe-to-toe as far as a content creator and whose careers that I have helped, in my footprint, I mean, hey, even your boys over there from Fresh and Fit, they have roots in the black manosphere because Solo TV 84 introduced a Fresh to Fit. You was on that podcast. So literally we paved the way for your mark behind. First with the 21 convention guys, because they were listening to us, that allowed the door for you to come in because you wasn't strong enough for yourself. You didn't open up the doors to nobody in no community. You ain't never opened up nothing. You've been Poach Adams over there. You've been Poach Adams high-siding. You're the running back that gets into the game on 3rd and long, and you just block people. That's all you do. You never get no handoffs over here, bruh. You never been a top-tier guy, man. You just haven't. You not built like that. You're don't start nothing. They follow behind and get mad and keep the same setup since Jesus got off the cross. Then there's this.
Contributions to the space, and that tends to be overlooked by a lot of content creators because obviously they see in what I'm doing, they did most 99% of content creators that are male centric would love to have what I have. Okay, not the demonetization, of course, but they would like to have the consistent audience, the ability to have consistency over a period of years, and that seems to be something that they don't want to say publicly. They don't want to say that publicly.
He's still in his feelings, baby. Y'all don't want to admit what I have is greater than 99%.
You're shopping with blinders on. It's a meat gold mine over there. Premium cuts, that's premium cost.
I bet she does want that meat gold mine.
Something new in every hour. It's an old thing.
No.
Why do you hate your phone so much?
When you need service, that's always a step ahead. Thought you might need this.
How did you know?
It matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
Leave all your phone.
No.
From flu to ew, your air remembers. Unlike air fresheners, Lysol air sanitizer eliminates odors by killing 99.9% of viruses and bacteria.
President Trump is fighting to make America more affordable, but a massive Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern rail merger could derail his progress. After 2 attempts, the rail giant still can't prove their merger enhances competition or benefits consumers. Now, the Surface Transportation Board has paused the mega merger until the companies come back with real facts. The STB and President Trump are standing up for farmers, families, and small businesses. They're standing up for competition and affordability.
10% of everybody, they don't want to give me any credit. Well, we were twerking it up, man. So much water coming from my booty, I just gotta twerk it up, man. Y'all not giving me no kind of respect. Shut your mark ass up. What greatness do you got? Let's go to your free agent lifestyle channel. You got 114,000 subscribers. On Coach Greg Adams, you got 238. You're not even a tier 1 creator amongst men spaces. You're not bigger than me, so you're not on my level. That's number one. You damn sure ain't on MTR level. Other guys in the space that talk about these sorts of things, like the Poor Man Podcast and other guys that talk about relationship and dating.
Yeah, you have to be over
are
500,000 subs
tier
to be tier
three
1.
at best. That means if I want a running back, first string, second string, third string, you're damn near practice squad. You're a practice squad. At the football games, you're the guy, listen, go get me my water, bro.
Damn.
I need my Gatorade.
Damn.
That's what you are, Mark.
Damn.
You don't get no run over
Damn.
here. You're in this space.
Damn.
That's what you are. You're a Mark. You ain't never been great, and you ain't never gonna be great. You don't do nothing to be great. Look at the setup. You're not good at, again, you got some little corny jokes. You got your little white sounding little code switcher voice going over there for your little Caucasian audience and stuff like that. I mean, that's cool, but you've been stealing for years. You ain't never been original. You ain't never had nothing to the game. You don't invest nothing into this business because you spend all your time trying to clap. I mean, you're just not good
I would.
at family.
I would.
I know that you're mad, but it's not my
I
fault.
would.
But don't worry, I'm gonna still deal with you.
And
I
that
would.
tends to be overlooked by a lot
I
of
would.
content creators because obviously they see in what I'm doing.
I'm sorry.
They did
He date
most
better looking
99%
women than you,
of content
O'Shea.
creators that are
I'm sorry.
male-centric would love to
He
have
does.
what I have.
Those women,
Okay, not the demonetization,
call them prostitutes or whatever,
but they would like
they
to
look
have
better
a
than
consistent audience, the
chicks
ability
you
to have consistency over a
like.
period of years, and that seems to be something that they don't want to say publicly. They don't want to say that publicly.
So basically, this is a
But yeah, I take no sides in this. I'm not taking any sides. It's just funny. Whew. I take no sides. Gotta get more pizza.
response to my
So I'm gonna be a
lack
pig.
of his production comment. He gonna go ahead on and say, my production could be better, but I'm on all my thumbnails, and you do 80 to 90% of your.
Wait, what?
I have. Okay. Not the demonetization, of course, but they would like to have the consistent audience, the ability to have consistency over a period of years. And that seems to be something that they don't want to say publicly. They don't want to say that publicly.
So basically, this is a response to my lack of his production comment. He gonna go ahead on and say, my production could be better, but I'm on all my thumbnails, and you do 80 to 90% of your videos, you're not on camera, and it's a reason why you're not on camera. So basically, I'm ugly. Okay, I'll give you that. All right, so you want to get on the thumbnail and look good for men? That's right, because you talk about everybody is gay, everybody is homosexual, but you want to get on the thumbnail and look good for men. That's what you're saying, Mark. You want to get on the thumbnail so you can basically glisten it up for the dudes on here. That's fine, man. We can read in between the lines, bro. It's okay. Like, I'm from Cali, and we got people like you in Frisco. So we already know what's going down. You just might be the Southern California version of all of that. But let me check this out. First of all, when you're doing YouTube videos, people watch for the topic. I don't put myself in the thumbnail because you're not there to watch me. I'm talking about a bigger topic. People who typically put themselves in every thumbnail, you can do that. Reaction channels do it, but it's really stupid because nobody comes to see you, Otis. People are coming for the topic. No matter how great you think you are, which you're not, but they're coming to see that. And furthermore, if you look so much better than me, fam, why are you paying for the box? That's you going to all these places in Europe and Asia, and you're really buying the box. So if you so fine, how you not having it your way? Basically, me and you can get the same type of chicks. I can go and pay for them same type of white chicks that you working with. I just don't want to, okay? Because I actually do real work. And really what it is, bro, you're lazy. You're a lazy dude that complained about the black community, but you're nobody that any other community wants. That's why them white boys over in the manosphere kicked your dusty ass out. Ain't none of them ever even tried to come over to me. You want to know why? Because I had the sphere to a certain degree. I was running it up and down, and it grew ever since I was there. Once I left the sphere, it was nothing. It was at least weaker than what it was when I was there. I'm not going to give up my black manosphere community that I was a part of to go over to the white folks. I got everything I want over here. So why would I do that? That was you trying to go over there and get the good graces, thinking that the world was so interracial. Then when Rolo Tomasi got your ass kicked out, now you want to throw shots at Myron, which I'm going to do a video about that too. Now you're mad at Fresh and Fit. Now you're mad at them because they won't let you over there to their platform no more. And now you out there by yourself. And now you over there trying to trick it off and buy courses. Bro, nobody want to listen to that, man. You a straight sucker, man. You's a mark. And it's all through your content. It's all in your voice. You got no bass in your voice. You sound like testosterone got robbed strictly from your sack, bro. You're out here
Damn.
so down bad. It's comical, and you are a walking joke. You're a walking joke. Nobody's to take you serious. My jigging. So keep insulting the black manosphere if you want. You ain't
That's not true though. A
on
lot of
no
people
level
like
in
Coach Greg
career
Adams.
as me. Go and type it on Chat GPT. Y'all can go type it. Whose career in the manosphere is more significant? O'Shea Duke Jackson or Coach Greg Adams? Or go type in, whose career is more significant in the manosphere? Kevin Samuels or Greg Adams? And then if you attach Kevin Samuels, then that belongs to the sphere. And you ain't never been on even my level, and Kevin Samuels is 10 times better than me. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Mark? What are you talking about, man? You ain't on no level. There's so many creators respect me as a
O'Shea, you
legend.
just need to fight it out with him, get it over it. You need to just fight him and get it over with.
500 million lifetime views.
Just fight him and get it over
Help
with, bro.
multiple people get on.
Just fight him and get it over with.
Adams.
I don't think either one of you can fight, but
That's the only folks who got on.
that would make it even funnier.
You done took your people's money and then
Fight
you
it out like y'all can fight it out like Adam 22 and Jason Love.
Other stuff like that. No, you demonetized. So you're literally taking your audience's money and buying. You might be buying Badussi too. I don't know, but buying box with it and then talking about the free agent lifestyle. It's the free Dusty lifestyle, bro. And you're an embarrassment. Get this work. I know you're gonna cry. I know you're mad. It's not my fault. Always remember, you're a...
Damn.
So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Yoshi.
I don't know, y'all. After this video,
the Celebrity Junk. What did you fight? This Cardi Bell? We're out.
at this video, O'Shea needs to just fight Coach Greg Adams. They just need to fight. Just fight.
Sending you money for more. What happens in the
People
family
will watch
stays
it.
in the family
Trust
when
me,
you
it
send
will be
with
hilarious.
Midley.
Seeing two middle-aged men who
Just
obviously
another
can't
day
fight,
in the traveling restaurants.
get it in.
This is your home on wheels,
It would be
Katie.
hilarious.
Beaches, home of the save.
That'd be funny.
Save up to 25% off grocery store prices.
I would watch it. I would definitely watch it. That shit's funny. Damn, that's hilarious. That's just fucking hilarious.
I don't care about a man.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna see this Moana trailer. I like Moana. All right.
Moana, I want to know about you. Tell me about your hopes, your dreams.
Well, I guess I kind of jumped
Time's up. I gotta bounce.
Maui. Shapeshifter. You stole the heart of Tefiti and cursed the whole world. If you restore the heart, you'd be everyone's hero. Maui, you're so amazing. Look at the definition, this girl.
I can't take The Rock seriously with his hair though.
Has no chance. We gotta go through a whole ocean of bad. Sometimes in life, you're the hero, and sometimes you're the bait.
Wait, what?
What do you do in the realm of monsters?
Pick an eye, babe. I can't concentrate on what I'm saying if you... Yeah, just pick one.
Hey, crab cake! I'm back.
What can I say but you're welcome?
Let's go say for what?
There is no escape. Oh, there is one escape.
Rated PG. Theaters July 10th. Get tickets now.
Your phone has been on.
Paramount is waging war.
Oh shit.
Early birds get the vacation rental. Book your summer
That's
stay
nice.
early on Verbo and save over $135. Verbo. Book now and save.
Paramount is waging war against Netflix because Netflix is trying to stop them from acquiring WB Discovery. And Paramount's like, hold up, these guys are poisoning regulators, making sure we don't buy WB Discovery. So if you're still keeping up with it, or maybe you're not, but you want to know what's going on, yes, Paramount is still going to be purchasing WB Discovery, but of course, they got to go through regulators. This is a long process. It can take as little as 9 months. It can take up to 2.5 years. You just don't know. Well, there's been a couple of places where there's been what is best described as a stall in the process. AKA, a few countries are looking at it and going, well, this might not be a good idea because Paramount is going to have a complete monopoly on news, and they're going to have a bunch of other assets under them that are all literally going to be theirs now with absolutely no competition for anybody. So this is becoming an issue. So Netflix has
Let the
actually
market
been
work it
telling
out.
others that this is going to be a bigger issue
Let
and
the
it
market
could
work itself out.
significantly hurt the industry, which is true. So Paramount has struck back with their lawyers, accusing Netflix of poisoning regulators and shareholders against this merger, saying that they have it in their best interest to stop this
Let
from
the market
happening,
work
so
itself
they
out.
have a large
Get rid
monopoly
of
on
all
the
this
industry
fucking
instead.
regulation.
Now look, I don't like
Keeping a
Paramount.
bunch of
I
useless
do not
people
want this to
employed.
happen, but Netflix wouldn't be any better either. As Netflix just literally stated like 3 days ago that if you are a director who wants to release films in theaters, they will refuse to work with you. Now, do you guys remember when I told you last year that this is what Netflix is going to do? And they're promising you, 45 to 60 days in theaters for WB when we get them. Don't worry. And then they're like, well, okay, 3 weeks. I told you they do not want this. I don't know why you people don't believe me when I tell you this. It's a fact. They do not make money from theaters. And somebody's going to be like, hey, let me tell you about Stranger Things. That's because They wanted to do it because they're literally gunning for a couple of awards and nominations. That's the only reason they did it. They don't want this. And are they trying to poison regulators? Yeah, this is what happens. Do you guys remember when Universal was trying to do this to Disney, buying Fox? Yeah, this is how it works. They're going to try to do it. Could they succeed in it? Maybe. I mean, they might convince WB and Paramount that they have to let go of some stuff, which is probably what's going to happen to get the approval. So I get what they're doing. This is standard business practice. This is nothing new and not surprising at all. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will. And if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.
What can I say, but you're welcome.
Talk is easy, but who's willing to step up? Go face to face, man to man counts.
Well, that's exactly how things get settled here on the mat. That is why you tune in to Fox.
Somebody doesn't want to actually call himself Captain.
It's not that often that I receive sort of hate messages, either on Instagram or on the YouTube channel, but check this one out. Girly nose blonde faggot. You look like a bisexual European lesbian. Faggot ass bend over for fame and get butt fucked for fame, but would knock out a lot of people. Girly looking faggot. Going, whoa, somebody is very upset with me, or just very upset with life in general.
Yeah,
I want to talk about this for a couple of reasons. Number one, just because it's amusing to me, my reaction to it, talk about that. Number two, what you can take from this, not just in life, but in your
Gabriel's
fight
father
career.
is
You're
a
going to want to
retired
be
police
somebody
officer, so he's
who
probably
climbs through the ranks.
looking
Because let me tell you,
probably got that man's
you're going to
IP
receive
address.
a lot of
Trying
skepticism
to find him.
as you go up. I'll talk about some of the mean words that I received as I tried to climb through, people telling me I couldn't do it because of this and that. And it's essentially that same type of energy, that negative energy. We just go, where does that come from? Oh, and I want to remind everybody that my new Strike Ready course called Genesis is the perfect way for you to up your striking skills at the fundamental level. If you're looking to make sure that all the basics are down correct, or you're somebody who's starting striking sports right now, be sure to grab Genesis, only $49.99 for a limited time. Hopefully you got a kick out of that message. It made me laugh. I showed it to my mom, made her laugh, showed it to my brother who corners me, made him laugh. A couple other people, they all thought it was hilarious. My dad, he didn't think it was hilarious. I just made a joke on Instagram, like, yeah, he's probably out there hunting for somebody at this point. But yeah, to each their own. I mean, he taught us years ago, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And yes, I think that holds up very well in life. I try to remember that sometimes silence is the best, right? If you have mean words you want to say to somebody, just stay silent. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's a Canadian thing. Americans, nah, we don't let you have it.
Put out comments
Too much
in
so
the world,
sometimes.
whether it's on YouTube or Instagram. That was a direct message,
Admittedly.
actually. But people who take time to hurt somebody by trying to put out that negative message, if I see a YouTube video I don't like and I have a negative thought, and just click the X button. Bye-bye. And I'm done with that. That's it. That's all I need to do. Anything beyond that feels very silly to me. But still, that one made me laugh a lot, especially the little sprinkled in kind of comment, like it's negative, it's negatives. And then all of a sudden, yeah, but would knock a lot of people out, but then back to negative. Like, I'll take the little compliment in there. I mean, that's what I've been training for, to try and get knockouts. Now, speaking of knockouts, as I was coming up through my career, I had many people who were going, Canadian. You're Canadian. You can't do it. No Canadians are successful in fight sports, in kickboxing. You receive that kind of negativity. Then you receive it in terms of knocking out, like, oh, Gabriel, he doesn't have enough power. He's never going to be successful at a high level. People just aren't going to crumble under his shots. There's always negative stuff that comes your way. And sometimes it's from random people like that. I'm like, I have no idea who you are. It affects me less. Sometimes it's from critics, people who follow kickboxing very close and they want to take a jab at you. Either way, you just have to look past it. You just have to look at it as people who have so much negativity in their life that they need to place it on others. That's the way that I found it easiest to deal with it. I'm just like, how bad is your life that you need to take shots at somebody else? I don't think I've ever been able to do that in my life. Be like, oh, I'm going to go and make this person feel bad. Like, why would I do that? My life is good. I'm happy with my life. I don't need to bring somebody else down when my life is so good. So it's an easy way to look at it and just be going, okay, you know what? As I climb through my career, as you climb through your career, you're gonna have people, undoubtedly, sorry, I'm gonna sneeze here, who are gonna try and take shots at you, who are gonna try and lower you, who are gonna try and not elevate you. And it hurts. It does. But then you have to sometimes just take all the negativity, which is small. Bear in mind, it's small. If you have 99 people who are saying nice things, you get one who says something bad. It's hard not to focus on that one, but focus on the positives. Recognize that that person is probably hurting in some weird way. And if they're saying something about your fight sport potential, just go, you know what? I'm going to prove them wrong. Ha! I'm going to prove you wrong. Use it as fuel. That's what I've done. And I just wanted to share that one with you because I thought it was amusing, but because there is that lesson in there. And this doesn't just hold up for fight sports, right? It also holds up for everything in life. Like when I started the YouTube channel, I had people occasionally dropping comments like, oh, Gabriel doesn't know what he's talking about. This channel will never succeed. And it's going to be dust and buried pretty soon. You're like, hey, whatever. I'll keep making videos. I'll keep posting videos and we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, could be some job you want, some person you love, and others are like, no, you're not good enough for them, and whatever it is. You believe in yourself, you push the noise aside, and you keep moving forward with positivity. I think those little comments should not bother you. They should not affect you. So, anyway, that was my little video for you guys today. Hopefully it
surprised he used all those words
and
on
if
his
not, at least
video.
amused you. Because, man,
He could have just censored that.
made me laugh.
Like else people realize YouTube lets you say those things now.
Bath Fitter didn't just fix the bathroom. We engineered a revolution.
I mean, if I discovered it, I'm pretty sure most other content creators have discovered it.
Delivering the ultimate watertight solution. Bath Fitter, more than a renovation, a revolution.
Did I turn from a phone bro to a passport bro? Listen, if you watch this podcast with my friend Crystal Run on the Asian Rebel Club podcast, you're going to find out she's one of the most viral creators in the past year speaking about Asian American issues, corporate life. Trust me, I'm sure you've seen one of her videos on Instagram before.
Today, I'm joined by David.
Don't want to see it. I love the Fung Brothers, but I hate hearing women on YouTube. Like, I come to YouTube, so I don't have to listen to them. We'll be completely honest. When women on these dating sites be like, wow, these guys listen, watch YouTube. Because we come to hear male-centric content. Plain and simple.
What is it that makes an SUV extraordinary?
Maybe it's the capability to tackle absurd obstacles.
The all-new Hyundai Palisade. The Hyundai Palisade comes standard with America's best warranty. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
And I told him just like that, girl. I'm sorry to bother you ladies. I just want to say you were absolutely stunning.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
Be so fucking for real right now, sir. It's 4 of us here, and you chose the weakest bitch.
Hey, now.
Hey, Four Eyes, Poindexter, Bubbles, pass your thick ass glasses to Ray Charles over here. Cause he's obviously reffing the NBA Finals. Goggles.
Girl.
No. Apparently, this man likes shelter swapping, charity case ass, homeless ass bitches who borrow your clothes every day and never give them back.
You said I could.
Apparently, he like bum ass bottom dumpster diving dummies that steal lashes from Target.
We did that. That was us. We did that together.
Apparently,
Together.
he like cheating ass scoundrels, hoes who be fucking on all they best friends, nigga. Yeah, she's been through all of our men. All of them. Yeah. Apparently, he like women that been wearing the same bloody dookie panties for 6 days.
Ew.
Your cycle ended 2 weeks ago, bitch. Our flow app is linked.
Only 4 days.
Her mama got stage 4 cancer.
Denise.
Her mama dying. Her mama is dying. She's dying. You want a weirdo hoe who mama is dying?
I guess not. Shit, I don't know.
She finna be mama-less without a mother. A mom? Not her. Her birth giver? Soon to be non-existent. No mother having ass bitch. I'm just playing, girl. You know I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Don't act like that. You know I'm playing, girl.
That was a
I'm
joke.
just playing, girl.
That's playing. That was a joke.
Girls, girl. Astrology. Clark it.
I'm going home.
Damn. That's funny. She had to roast her like that.
Learn something useful and apply it immediately at work or in daily tasks. No overwhelm, no
She had to roast her
confusion,
like that.
just clear progress. Finish the program, get your certificate.
Or girls used to go out to guys would buy them drinks. Girls don't need to do that anymore. They can go on Venmo and hit up on their social media, hey, I want to go out with my friends, send me money. And guys do it. Me understanding that the manosphere is just a direct correlation between the overcorrection of weakness and then trying to be more masculine again.
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Ex-Prawn star Lisa Ann was on the Digital Social Hour podcast.
Dude,
And
you
she
can just say
provided
porn
some
now.
genuinely
I mean,
interesting insight about
you
the
don't have to say
manosphere,
prawn or
virginity,
porn. Just say
modern
porn.
adult content creator
Just say
struggles, and the damage being done to
They
an
got
entire
YouTube ads
generation of
with
men.
people
So
saying
we're gonna let her
all
cook
sorts of
and see what you can take away
F-bombs
from it.
and
Because sometimes the most honest voices come from the most unexpected places.
D-word.
Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do.
Just use porn.
Because we many.
They don't care anymore. It's not right now. They may start caring again, but right
And
now
they
they don't
lack
care.
complete information about the manosphere.
Yeah, I mean that Manosphere documentary. Did you watch it?
Of course I did.
That was an interesting watch because I've had two of those guys on the show, so I know how they are, and I feel like they were portrayed in a certain way.
You know, I thought the interviewer himself had a very cautious approach to stirring up the pot, right? Like Myron and his girlfriend. Like that scene right there, I was like, oh, this is going to play out very differently, which it did. But him sitting in that room during the whatever podcast gave me a different insight of it. Instead of feeling so bad for the girls every time I see a clip come on my feed, I realized, oh, they're doing this by choice because they also want the clicks. And it's a weird space. I'm kind of in this limbo of somebody who turns 54 in May. So I was born in 1972. So the two lives that I've gotten to be a part of are the pre-internet, the post-internet. And so for me, I have to sometimes take a little bit more time to understand why would a girl expose herself like that? And I'm like, oh, they want the traffic. Like, I'd rather have less traffic than do things that would make me horribly uncomfortable.
Right. That's why a lot of them go on those Manosphere podcasts and get yelled at or
Yeah.
Berated, belittled.
And then they're going to make money on their OF or whatever. Either a guy's going to feel bad for him or a guy's going to do it. It's a strange space. But again, I don't have to like or dislike it. I just learn about it.
Yeah. Myron was smart. He actually recorded everything. I don't know if you saw this. And he's been exposing the real footage. Because with the documentary, they're going to cut some stuff out, make you look a certain way.
And that's the smart thing about Clav. He keeps his cameras going no matter what. People don't know it or they don't like it, but it doesn't matter. What he's doing is showing us what fake news really is. Because if we get to see the whole interview and they only show the parts where he looks the worst, then he gets to back up that story with, no, here's everything in between that they edited out.
Yeah.
Even Lisa Ann sees it. The documentary was a hit piece, not journalism, not balanced examination. A hit piece with a predetermined conclusion dressed in the language of concern. And she confirmed something that this channel has documented consistently. Women had a massive problem with Kevin Samuels. They called him toxic. They called his show dangerous. They organized against it. And then they kept calling in. Why? Because women want to be seen. Attention is currency. And Kevin Samuels was giving them the most potent form of attention available. The truth about how they were being perceived. Even when they hated the message, they could not stop consuming it. Because being seen, even critically, is better than being invisible. That dynamic is the entire dating economy in one sentence.
I worry a bit about the drug use and the conversations about the drug use, the pushing of I need to look like a man right away. We know that it takes young men a long time to develop, and that's why, men get better looking as they get older. Not always the case for women, but for men it is. And so I feel like that concerns me a bit, but the manosphere to me is the overcorrection from the woke ideology that everybody was being forced for so many years. I read an interview the other day with Melissa Etheridge, and she has some boys, and one of her boys came to apologize to her that he's straight. And I thought, wow, we're living in this space right now where young people have been put so much woke in their face that they're now afraid to be who they really are and not to blend in with some sort of criteria that is clickbait or talk about.
Key word, criteria. This is why movies suck these days. Without checking the criteria list, the movie will not get funded. It is not about making a good movie anymore. It is about spreading a narrative. That is why you have boys apologizing for being straight and the manosphere being labeled toxic for simply going against that narrative. But Lisa Ann just said something that we've been saying for years. The manosphere is not the problem. It is the response.
Guys, want to see my
to the problem. When you
toys?
spend a decade telling young men they are toxic, broken, and a threat to society,
All
they are
right,
going to
then.
find someone who tells them they are
So,
not. That is
I got
not
mystery
radicalization.
squashy
That is human
dumplings.
nature.
These
You do
have been
not
hot
let the
in
manufacturer
Asia
go
recently.
and then complain
So I got a
about
mini
how
one,
people are treating it.
which is what I wanted because the ones
it
that
really
my
changed the dynamic
Korean friend
of
sells at
the
her dollar
customer
store with the
need.
bigger
It
ones.
became a
And I
almost
didn't
Burger
want those
King, if I may, like have it
bigger,
your way.
squishy
New member
dumpling
comes in,
toys.
they
I
don't
wanted
say
like a
hello, how
smaller
are you?
one.
They only
So
say
this one
is,
is the
do you have scenes with white nail polish
actually the
on?
smaller
Do you have
size that I
scenes with your
wanted.
hair in a ponytail? Do you have this? Because it's become that specific. Because the management companies have people
So this is
24/7
what it
that will
looks
go
like.
into the hard drive and Google and search it and be like, yes, here's a ponytail scene. We'll sell it to you for $30.
I know
Your
the
need
writing
is
is
met.
backwards
And
because
it's
of the camera.
created
Sorry about
a
that.
niche
Smart
where
people do realize
these
the
guys are
cameras are
isolating
reversed,
themselves
but I
even more.
sometimes
If
have
you
some
can
idiots
only
that
be turned
be
on
like,
by
"Why
a
you got your
woman because
why you
she's
got your
wearing white
camera
nail polish,
upside down?" I'm like,
that's a big problem.
dummy, the
You don't see the woman herself.
Do you not know
as
how
beautiful.
how this works?
You don't like her curves, her hair, something about her smile. None of that. It's about your obsession with that. That's
Like
what
I
it
know
is.
it's not their
That's
fault
an
that they're
incel
stupid,
trait.
but I still
So
hate
it's
stupid
created
people
more
nonetheless.
incels because of this.
And I'm not
need
talking about
being met, and
retarded
it's made
people. I'm
it
talking
much
about
harder for independent
I'm not
creators to
well,
run their page.
I'm not talking about the
On
clinically
demand.
retarded people.
Listen to a prawn industry veteran.
I'm talking about the people
explain
who
the
are just
damage
below average
from the
intelligence
inside.
but still
Men
think they're
are
smart.
not attracted to women anymore. They are attracted to fetishes, niche obsessions.
Like that's why I
isolated
never pretend that
details,
I'm super
divorced
smart. I
entirely
know
from
I'm
human
not.
connection. That is
And even
not
if I were,
liberation.
I would
That
never
is a
brag about
prison
it.
built one click at a time.
But stupid
And the
people love to
industry
brag
built
about
the
their
walls.
intelligence.
We talked about this in our AI companion series. When human connection gets replaced, whether by a chatbot or by a screen, the brain rewires around the substitute. The substitute becomes the reference point, and real women become the disappointment.
Ooh, so look at the dumpling. It's blue. Good. I actually was hoping for a blue one.
24/7.
I had no idea what I would get.
Yeah.
So this is
I
it.
have a
It's the
digital
little
twin. So I
squishy
use my
marshmallow
AI.
dumpling.
That's my way of
And you
saying,
stick
hey,
it in the
I'm
little
sleeping. So if you want to chat, go chat with my digital twin at OChat, and
in a little
she will make you new
Chinese,
photos. She will chat with you. If they chat with
rice
me in the
pot
DM, and it's a little
thingy.
bit more because I don't sext. I've never sexted. I don't like sex with a stranger. That's just weird. You know, when I go to the business, we shot beautiful scenes, and people just like to watch them. Now there's these expectations where it's like, no, I watch your scene. I like it.
This.
I should be able to have you do 10 more things for me. And if you don't want to
Then-
do those 10 things for me, I will charge back on your page. Like they're nasty.
This is exactly
All
where
right, so that's
AI
my first
companions
toy I
are
bought,
going
and
to
this is all
change
from the
landscape
supermarket.
in ways people are not prepared for. Because if the brain is
That-
already rewiring around a screen, an AI that talks back, remembers you, and never disappoints is not a big leap. It is the next logical step in a journey
It won't
that
stay-
started
it
long
won't stay
before
bottled
AI
in.
existed.
Yeah, and speaking of virginity, I looked up the stats on that before this episode. Really high. I think it's almost at an all-time high for the number of virgins in America.
Which is mind blowing because everyone wanted
I guess it would be
access
mind blowing to a
on their
porn
phone
star.
and thinking it was going to be the right thing. No one in the industry ever created scenes with the hopes that anybody under 18 years old would
So
watch them.
because it comes in a
We knew
reusable
18 was the year.
bag,
The
I'm
age,
gonna
kind
leave
of
it in
like
here.
drinking, buying
I'm
cigarettes,
guessing
the same thing. Government regulated industry.
it's
Now, when
made
you
to
allow your
be
kid to have a
kept
phone,
in
your
the
kid's 10,
little
they're
thing
curious,
here.
they find something,
So that's
they're
what
on
we're
a
gonna
gaming
do. I'm gonna
device,
keep it in this.
and pop-ups are coming up. They're gonna go there. Where does that take them? It doesn't take them closer to sex. It actually takes them further away from sex. And
Wait, what takes them further away from sex?
Number of virgins.
Oh, if you're
in
here,
America.
you can say hello. I'm,
mind blowing because
I don't mind,
everyone
you know,
wanted access to on their phone
chopping it up
and
or
thinking it was going to be the right thing.
answering random
No
questions.
one in the
As long as
industry
they're
ever
family-friendly
created
questions
scenes
or
with the hopes
comments.
that anybody
That's
under
all.
18
You
years
know,
old would watch them. We knew
but some
18
people
was
come
the
here and
year,
they're rude
the
and
age,
stuff, and I have
kind
to
of like
roast them.
drinking, buying cigarettes, the
I'm
same thing.
mad chill.
Government
Mad
regulated
chill.
industry. Now, when you allow
you
your
see,
kid
I'm-
to have a
I'm
phone, your kid's 10 and they're curious,
opening
they
up
find
my little
something, they're on a gaming device, and,
stuff that
and,
I
and
bought here.
pop-ups
I
are
got
coming.
more.
They're
but
gonna go
I
there.
just
Where
trying
does
to
that take them? It doesn't
keep
take
this in
them
the
closer
thing.
to sex. It actually takes them
Pause.
further away from sex.
And then I'm gonna stick it back
and
in my
adds
little
years to them being
little
virgins.
thing here.
And now you
to
flip
put-
the script, and there's creators on
So I
these
bought another little
platforms
silly
that are
putty.
also
This is like my
virgins, and they're
third one. I
bragging
got
about
an
being
original
virgins.
silly
I have
putty.
nothing against people choosing to be a virgin.
And I
If you're
bought
saving yourself for your
another
spiritual
one.
partner, that's great. But I can't imagine
Then I got this
a
one.
young person is on
This,
OF to stay a virgin.
I think I'm gonna just.
And
I'm not
I
gonna
don't
open
know
it.
why the
I'm just gonna
women
keep it in
wanna be
here.
selling something that they don't love. Because
But
when I
I'll-
got into this in the 90s,
But this is my
women
third
actually
one
all really
because
loved
one I
sex.
opened up,
Like,
I
we were a
didn't play with.
curious
The
group
second one I
of
did
women
open up
that
and
wanted to
played
do
with
things
it.
that we could never do at home.
This
We
one
covered
I'm
this
not gonna
dynamic
open
in our
up.
previous content. Research shows the majority of women participating in adult content are making a conscious choice. They love the work and they love
Yep,
the money.
that's what. Yeah, so the ones be acting like they got abused by the porn industry. No, they didn't. They love what they're doing. But when they leave the industry, then they pretend they were forced into it and all this sort of crap because they want to seem virtuous to their new husband to reconcile the fact that she has more bodies on her than U.S. Special Forces. But whatever.
We knew 18 was the year, the age, kind of like drinking, buying cigarettes.
That started long before AI existed.
Yeah, and speaking of virginity, I looked up the stats on that before this episode. also really high. I think it's almost at all-time high for the number of virgins in America.
Which is mind-blowing because everyone wanted access to on their phone and thinking it was going to be the right thing. No one in the industry ever created scenes with the hopes that anybody under 18 years old would watch them. We knew 18 was the age, kind of like drinking, buying cigarettes, the same thing, government regulated industry.
Yeah, but you also know
Now,
that people
when
under
you allow
18
your kid to
smoke.
have a phone,
Same
your
thing
kid's
with
10
porn.
and they're curious, they
So
find
you're
something,
full of
they're on a
shit.
gaming device and pop-ups are coming up. They're going to go there. Where does that take them? It doesn't take them closer to sex. It actually takes them further away from sex and adds years to them being virgins. And now you flip the script and there's creators on these platforms that are also virgins and they're bragging about being virgins. I have nothing against people choosing to be a virgin. If you're saving yourself for your special partner, that's great. But I can't imagine a young person is on OF to stay a virgin. No. And I don't
Well, I'll
know
say
why
this.
the women
Being a
want to be
virgin is
selling
better
something
than
that they don't love. Because when I got into the business in the 90s,
an
the
adult
women
being a
actually
virgin is
all
better
really
than
loved sex. Like we were a curious
catching
group
AIDS,
of women that wanted
getting
to
run
do things that we
through,
could never do
having
at home.
unwanted
Covered this
pregnancies,
dynamic in our previous
going
content.
to jail for
Research
something they
shows
didn't do,
the
or maybe they
majority of
did
women
do, but
participating in
had
adult content
low
are making a
self-control.
conscious choice.
So,
They love
being a
the
virgin is
work
better than all
and
those
they
things.
love the money. But here is where the feminist argument collapses completely.
Second toy,
Feminism is
a Witten
pro-choice.
yo-yo,
That
a
is the
classic Witten
foundation.
yo-yo.
But the pro-choice argument was built around bodily autonomy as protection, not as a commodity. Now, the same movement that said, do not objectify women, cannot say anything when women are objectifying themselves.
Classic
Because
Witten
that would be
yo-yo.
anti-choice. So they stay quiet.
You
And
can't
the
mess with
industry
my yo-yo.
expands. And the men watching
Don't try to
rewire.
play
And the
me
women
out.
not
Don't try
in
to
the
play
industry wonder why men are treating them like content
Classic
instead of like
song.
people.
You don't know
And
yo-yo,
nobody wants to connect
the
those
female
dots
rapper
out loud.
from back in the
For their
90s.
first scenes. Because remember, if you go to a
Oh, wow.
tube site, the algorithm is going to show them the
Classic
most popular
yo-yo.
scenes.
Can't
The most
mess with my
popular
yo-yo.
scenes on that algorithm are the scenes that are the
Don't try to play me
least
out.
shot.
I can't do
They're
it
the
from
most
here
violent,
because I'm
the
sitting
most
down,
aggressive, because maybe there's 100 of them.
but I
and
also
there's
have a
million
classic
of the
Duncan
others.
yo-yo.
So of course,
And again, I have
those
a
people that
Omega
wanna
brain
watch that
yo-yo.
girl getting
Came out in the
choked, there used to be a
80s.
site called Facial Abuse, and that site was the girls would. I had an agency for about 4 years in the industry, and there was a girl that was flying home from doing facial abuse. I did not book it. This was before she was with me, but she ended up reaching out to me because the police at the airport detained her because her face was so beat up in the scene. And they didn't want to let her fly, and they wanted to find out what happened. And so those are the scenes that surface to the top due to the algo on tube sites. And when you have young people
Colored pen
watching
thingy.
that for their first interaction, that is traumatic. And it's causing something like, oh, I can't do that. I'm never going to be that man. I'm never going to be good enough. And like, think about the insecurity that that's building. And then you become the 30-year-old virgin asking random chicks on the internet to have sex with you.
Algorithm, algorithm, algorithm.
When it comes to your big day, from invites to thank you cards, shop all your wedding printed needs at Zazzle.com.
Five-time Grammy-nominated Joe Bonamassa with special guest, Government Mule. Live in concert on Saturday, August 8th at Pier 6 Pavilion. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
So cool.
Don't miss this night of genuine rock with Joe Bonamassa and Government Mule.
See, but this
At WGK Law, your city is our city.
3 generations of strategy, grit, and
that's my final toy.
You get one
So the
shot
mysteries,
at the big guys. Let's take them
squashy,
down together.
the mystery
Baltimore,
squashy dumpling,
WGK Law has your back.
classic Witten yo-yo, the knockoff silly putty called Bounce Putty, and this multi-pin.
Follow the money,
it's hard
gentlemen. This is
write with
business.
this, so
This is emotional capitalism.
got a bit of
operating at
girth
its
on it.
darkest level.
Pause.
The algorithm does not care about your mental health. It cares about your watch time. It does not care about what it does to your ability to connect with a real woman. It cares about whether you come back tomorrow. just like the Manosphere documentary chose the most extreme characters, not the average men having legitimate conversations about their lived experience, the adult content algorithm pushes the most extreme content, not because that is what men naturally want, because extreme content generates more
That's
engagement,
cool, though.
and engagement
I like this.
generates revenue.
Really cool.
The result is a generation of men whose reference point for
Can't
intimacy
keep
has
this in
been
your,
shaped
in your pocket,
entirely
or
by an
I guess you
algorithm
can, but
optimizing
you know,
for clicks. And then
people
we
might
wonder why there is a
misconstrue it as
disconnect
something
with
else.
real women. You built the disconnect, frame by frame, click by click, and then you documented it and called the men broken.
Right? Because
So
now
you
these
can't mess
young
with my
men are having
yo-yo.
a harder time dating than ever, because for the first time ever, the girl can make more money having fake sex with people online through their pages. So why are they going to go on dates? And it's sad for young men, because that used to be a cool age. You know, I remember being young. You're both kind of broke. You go out for a beer bucket special.
Right.
You have a great
Teenagers
time.
and young
You
young
look like
20-years were always
the girl's
broke.
not gonna do
Now
that. She can do
you're
no
supposed to
matter
be
what.
a
She can do webcam.
these bitches
She can
expect
make
you to be a
money. Now
millionaire.
she's making more money than the guy's making. Now it's even harder for the guy to ask her out.
That's crazy.
When you're equally broke, you have this neutral, like, hey, we're cool.
Right.
Yeah,
When you're
we're
in
all
high
kind
school
of
and
just
college,
struggling around.
and even
Or
your
girls
first
used to go
your
out to
first
buy
couple of
guys to buy
years
them
out of
drinks.
college, you're
Girls don't
broke.
need to do that anymore. They can go on
They
Venmo
expect every
and hit
guy
up
to
on
be
their
like
social media. Hey, I want to go out with my
rich
friends. Send me
now
money. And
because they're
guys
comparing them
do
to
it.
athletes and
Those are not
entertainers
guys.
and
Those
influencers.
are simp jutsu masters. And I want to be clear about the distinction because it matters. A man who opts out of a rigged dating market and focuses on
Girls don't need to do that anymore. They can go on Venmo and hit up on their social media. Hey, I want to go out with my friends. Send me money. And guys do it.
those are not guys. Those are simp jutsu masters. And I want to be clear about the distinction because it matters. A man who opts out of a rigged dating market and focuses on building himself is making a rational decision. That is what this channel advocates for. A simp jutsu master who funds a woman's online content operation in exchange for the illusion of intimacy is doing something different. He is accelerating the exact dynamic that is making the dating market worse for everyone,
Yep.
including himself. But here is what Lisa
Yep.
Ann just exposed without fully saying it. Why would a man approach a real woman with all the risk, rejection, and emotional investment that requires when she is making more money selling fake intimacy online than he makes working 40 hours a week? The economics of the attention economy have fundamentally broken the
These
courtship
women actually now
dynamic.
make
The
fun of
juice
guys who
ain't
have
worth
regular
the
jobs.
squeeze, and the women selling
Calling
the juice
guys
are
who
proving
have
it every
regular
day.
9-to-5
You're right. She
jobs,
just went on
losers
Coffee
and
House
wages.
podcast and she
They
revealed her
start
bank
calling them
account. She has about
wages like
$5 million.
that's a bad
I'm
thing.
sorry, but that's not much money.
Not after making 100.
It's not much money. And also, if you're going
That's
to buy
crazy.
cars and things at that
Wages?
age, we've seen
When
athletes
do we
do this.
insult
Like
people for working?
young people coming into money, it's almost a curse. It really is.
Wild.
You're not ready. If your first check is you're 18 years old, you go on a set and they give you $1,200 to do a scene, you don't realize that you have to take the money out for the taxes. You have to think about the 10% you spent on wardrobe, you know, whatever. It's not yours. And that's a hard lesson to learn. And even though state by state, California's just signed on where you're going to have to pass a basic financial literacy course to graduate, which I think should be mandatory throughout the entire United States.
I needed that when I was in high school.
We all did, because as soon as you got a job, you got credit cards sent to you in the mail. I got my $300 from Gap, and I went right to the Gap and spent it all. And then for like a year, I was paying what they told me to pay, and I sat down with my uncle. I'm 16. I sat down with my uncle, and I said, "Why isn't this changing?" He's like, "Let me teach you about credit cards."
Sophie Rain made $100 million. She has $5 million left. That is not wealth. That is a lesson in what the industry actually thinks of the people it uses. The audience that generated those numbers has already moved on to the next one. Nobody is asking how she is doing. Nobody is running a campaign for her financial literacy. The algorithm consumed her output and discarded her at speed. But here is the perspective most people miss. Most people will never see $5 million in their lifetime. So even the cautionary tale comes with a number that sounds aspirational to the average viewer. And that is exactly how the recruitment works. The industry does not
Guys, did you see my video
advertise the
yesterday?
5 million.
I called it the
advertises
sunset.
the 100 million. And by the time the lesson arrives,
Apparently
the
yesterday,
algorithm has already
Jupiter,
found the next one.
Venus, and Mercury were all aligned.
54%
And because of the
people are sober in America now.
the luminosity of
Yeah, it's
Jupiter and
crazy.
Venus, it
It's
made
a
this
new era.
beautiful
Like, people aren't
color
going out
on the
like that.
sky
It's a new
last
era,
night.
and
It
I
was
also
really
think
cool.
for younger people, financially,
I caught it at the
places
tail
started to
end,
get
but it
so
was really
aggressive
cool.
with what
So
they
I
were
was
charging
wondering
for
why the
drinks
sky looked
that
like
people are
that.
like, hey,
It
let's
was like
just get a
8:30
couple
at
drinks
night,
at home,
Right.
or let's just
and it
hang
was
out. But
bright
I
as
don't
hell.
think this is
I'm
going
like,
to be
why is
as
the
much
sky
of a
this bright
drinking
at
generation
8:30?
coming up. And
Mind you, we're not even into summer yet. Like we haven't
Lisa
had summer
Ann said
solstice,
something
which
that
is
should
around
make
June
everyone
21st.
stop and
Sometimes it
think.
can be June
The
20th or
manosphere is
June
an
22nd, but
overcorrection.
usually around
That
June
means we
21st.
pushed young
So we
men
haven't
so
even had a
far
summer
towards
solstice yet, which
self-mutation,
is the longest day
apology,
of the
and
year
invisibility that
because
they
of the
had to swing hard
daylight.
in the opposite direction
And
just to feel like men again.
8:30,
You
it'll
do
still
not
be
get
light
to
outside right
manufacture that
now,
wound and
but
then
that color
complain
was
about
not
the treatment
the
men
normal
chose
color
for
of
it.
the sky.
You do not get
It
to
wasn't
spend
like
decades
it
telling
wasn't
boys
blue.
their
It was
masculinity
like
is
an
toxic
orange,
and then
pink.
act shocked when they
It,
find communities that
it was
tell
like an
them it is
orange,
not.
pinkish
You do not
color.
get to build an attention
I don't
economy
remember
that
how to explain
monetizes
it,
fake
but
intimacy
it was
and
really
then
beautiful.
wonder why men cannot connect with real women. And you do not get to make a
Of
documentary
course,
about
some
the
troll
most
was like,
extreme voices in a movement
"Congratulations,
and
you're looking
present
at a
it
sunset."
as the whole
I'm
story.
like,
The
I'm like,
manosphere exists
maybe you should look at the
because something
news
real was missing.
before you,
And until the people
before
asking
you
why
start
men are
talking out of
angry
your ass.
start asking
'Cause
what
I'm like,
made them angry,
that is not
the conversation is going nowhere.
that's not a
This
usual
channel is
occurrence.
part of that answer,
Seeing those
and we are not
those
going
three
anywhere.
planets align in that way to
Listen
give
to
off
law,
that effect
follow
on the
none.
sky.
Naturally, we will
I thought it was beautiful.
protect yourself at all times. This
Beautiful.
video has officially been highlighted.
Because I love anything dealing with astronomy. That almost was my third major. Shit, fourth major. Can't mess with my yo-yo. They're trying to play me out. They're trying to play me out. Anyway, I'm tired. No one's watching, so I am Audi 5000. Peace out. One love, good all that good stuff. Peace. Time for my